Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Hani Nahdiati. I am English Education student 2019, Faculty Language and Arts, Universitas Negeri Semarang. This video is made for the requirements of my final project for my degree of Sarjana Pendidikan in English. So my final project is under the title Teacher Strategies to Motivate Students in Learning English at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung, BREBES Regency in the 2023-2024 academic year. My final project consists of 5 chapters. The first chapter is Introduction. In introduction, we have background of the study, reasons for choosing the topic, research problems, and research objectives. In the background of the study, most teachers do not understand what strategies to use, so they rarely use strategies in the teaching process, and most teachers also use the strategies they know without considering the needs of students. Teacher strategy is an overall plan for a lesson that includes the structure, expected learner behavior related to the lesson objectives, and an overview of the strategies needed to implement the strategy. The researcher found that through this case, it became a beginning of this research that focused on the importance of student learning motivation in their English learning, and also allows teachers to choose strategies more selectively to elevate students' learning motivation. So why the researcher took this topic? This topic was chosen because there are still many teachers who do not understand the appropriate learning strategies, so they do not consider the needs of students in the teaching process. As a result, students' motivation to learn, especially in English lesson, is low. Through this study, the researcher wants to emphasize the importance of learning motivation and help teachers in choosing more appropriate strategies to achieve the desired learning objective. Based on the background of the study and why I choose this topic, I propose some research problems. The first, what are the teacher strategies for elevating student learning motivation in class 11A4 in their English lesson at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung BREBES Regency? The second, how is the use of each of strategies for elevating students' learning motivation in class 11A4 in their English lesson at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung BREBES Regency? The third, what are the supporting factors in the teacher's use of strategies for elevating students' learning motivation in class 11A4 in their English lesson at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung BREBES Regency? The last, what are the inhibiting factors in the teacher's use of strategies for elevating students' learning motivation in class 11A4 in their English lesson at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung BREBES Regency? So this research aims to analyze the use of each strategy to elevate students' motivation to learn English and also help students to know the factors that supporting and inhibiting the use of teacher strategies, as well as the challenge faced by teacher in motivating students during learning. The next chapters are chapter 2. It is about literature reviews and theoretical framework. In the review of previous studies, the use of good strategies, teacher strategies, must go through a long process. Teachers need to plan well, understand students' characters, choose the right method, and evaluate the result gradually. Most of the studies that have been analyzed by researchers show positive results because teachers have implemented good strategies. In addition, Some students have strong motivation when learning takes place and obtain achievements as expected by students. The application of a good strategy will definitely foster strong motivation in students when learning. Then, in the theoretical framework, here the researcher got some theories about teacher strategies from Bernaus and Gardner, learning motivation from Williams and Alizadeh. Researcher took some of these theories as the basis and support in analyzing this research in accordance with the aim of knowing the teacher strategies to motivate students in English lesson, as well as supporting and inhibiting factors for elevating students' learning motivation in English lesson. The next chapter is research methodology. We have research design, research site and participants, data collection methods, research instrument, and methods of data analysis. In the research design, the research used qualitative research design with qualitative case study. This research will be conducted at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung, BREBES Regency, Central Java. The primary data source is Mrs. Dian Pujiriani as one English teacher at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung, and the secondary data source are 10 students of class 11A4 in the 2023-2024 academic year at SMA Negeri 1 Tanjung. In the data collection methods, I use classroom observation, interview, and document analysis. The instruments are classroom observation guidelines, interview question, and document analysis. And the last method of data analysis, I use data rejection, data display, and conclusion drawing verification. Okay, now we move to chapter 4. It is about findings and discussion. Based on the analysis of all the data collected, it was found that project-based learning, or PBL, and discussion strategies are the two most frequently used strategies by the teacher in the classroom learning process to elevate students' learning motivation. The PBL strategies application has raised students' participation in the educational process. This has an impact on increasing self-confidence, student activeness in discussions, and solving problems with a broader perspective. However, there are some things that need to be improved gradually, such as in discussion and question and answer activities. Evaluation needs to be done to encourage them to continue learning. Based on the result of interviews with teachers and students based on the theory Alizadeh about the supporting and inhibiting factors for the use of teacher strategies in elevating students' learning motivation. In the supporting factors are awareness within the students himself, external stimuli such as peers, family, and social media that they use, and the role of teacher strategies. And the inhibiting factors are the students' own ability, laziness, ignorance, and anxiety. And the external stimuli such as in environment, parental support, and zoning system. Okay, that's all for my chapter 4. We move into the last chapter. It is about conclusion. In conclusions, these research findings highlight the importance of teachers' use of learning strategies in order to provide a supportive and inspiring learning environment. It also highlights the importance of cooperation from a variety of participations, including teachers, families, and the surrounding environment. Not only facilitating successful learning, this support helps students overcome a variety of problems, including fear and lack of skill in a foreign language. The research findings give The research findings give teachers useful information to help them continue to develop adaptive, relevant, and suitable teaching strategies that suit the requirements of their students, while highlighting the importance of teachers in creating meaningful learning. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you for the attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.